A former popular cryptocurrency project goes belly up as Kadena, the team, has officially thrown in the towel, called it quits. There's a lot of speculation of some debauchery happening prior to the announcement. There's class action lawsuits. There's some people still hanging on to hope. There's some people looking around and say, well, who's next? We're going to have that conversation today. We'll break down everything that happened with Kadena. Also, ETFs are on a roll. ETF is like that pot of boiling water. You're getting ready to drop the lobster tails in and the king crab legs in. And then you forget about it and it starts to boil over and the lid starts to rattle. That's where the ETFs are. And once the government is back and the SEC is back and we start getting some approvals, there's over 150 ETFs that are going to go live. Which altcoin leads the way in most ETF applications? We'll talk about that. We'll talk about where Bitcoin price is headed to next. We'll talk about what AAVE is looking to do. Pretty massive buybacks that the Dow is looking to, is proposing to accomplish. We have that and much, much more on today's episode of Sin City Crypto. Gina, roll the intro.
Hola. Is your boy Big Rob back in the house? Welcome to Sin City Crypto, home of the entertainment focused cryptocurrency content. You know, we take old, boring, and stale information and repackage it up in a fun and sexy way. And what is more old and boring than Kadena? No longer boring, and a lot of volatility there, at least on that project. So volatile it exploded.
What is wrong with you?
You know, it was, I think it was 2 weeks ago. We were going through the list of top 400 or something like that. We were outside the top 300 on the projects. We were just taking a look over, and I was like, there's Kadena. I'm like, what a disappointment that chain was. And we were going down this list, and there was a lot of old projects hanging around here that at one point in time were top 100 projects that were doing very well, and now they're in this little abyss of slowly losing all their money. And like RUNE Finance is here. Remember RUNE Finance?
Yeah.
That's
Andre Cronje.
Yeah, 241 on the market cap here. This is something that
if I stand corrected, that thing got up to like $30,000.
Also, Raven Coin at 247. Sushi Swap over here. Aster. I mean, MINA Protocol. You also have Digibyte. There's a lot of different things in Casper. A lot of different projects. Anyways, Kadena was over here in this little category. And you know, I would say that I think it's a good thing that the damn thing blew up. Why? Well, it wasn't going to come back. It was already dead. And so for the people that were getting drug along, still holding this thing, waiting for a bounce, at least you would put them out of their misery, bro. At least it's like, okay, now move on. It's like that girlfriend that somebody has, like your best friend's got a girlfriend and they just keep getting back with them and then she just keeps cheating on them, or like is just a raging expletive towards him, and you're just like, dude, when are you gonna move on? Like, and then she finally like finds some dude, settles down, and get married, and he's like crying. You're like, good, like, thank you. She finally cut it off with me. I'm like, thank God she put a bullet in your ass. You know, that's how I feel about Kadena, bro. Good. I'm glad that thing was not coming back. And if anybody was in here talking about like, well, it had so much, like, get out of here. We all knew it was going to die. We talked about it 2 weeks ago. We're like, look at this damn project. And I get in here at least once a week and I'm like, guys, please, for the love of God, do not ride these projects down to death. Because Kadena will at least is an oddity here, because most of the time the founders just go get new jobs, start new projects, and then just slowly disappear into the abyss. Most of the time you're just drug along like, when's this thing? Like, I haven't heard anything in a while. Like, at least this one blew up. Now y'all can move on. And I get on here at least once a week, and I just tell you, like, why the hell would you guys, for the love of God, buy something that has 0 reversals in the last year or the last 6 months? If we're in a bull market, it's supposed to go this way. Whatever way the camera's supposed to point. Up and to the right, bro. The chart is supposed to go up and to the right on a bull market. If you're going the opposite direction, stop buying it. Stop it. Now, if it reverses, that's a different game. Zcash is a good example. That thing has been going down to the right for eternity. Then it reversed. It went from 20 to $60. Wait till I got the $60 to start looking at it. When you get a clear sign of reversal, a clear trend, then buy it, bro. This invest into dead projects is the dumbest idea, man. It's time to make money. If we were in a bear market, that's different, because everything's going down to the right. You're trying to find out which one has the most potential for a bounce back, a rally. It is not the time to marry dead projects. Don't be a 25-year-old marrying an 80-year-old. They ain't got much time left. Don't waste the next 5 years of your prime time. Don't waste the next 5 months of your prime time bull market on some old dead project. Thanks.
Used to be so good at analogies, and now everything is a girlfriend and laundry and old ladies.
If your friend, 24 years old, tried to marry an 80-year-old woman, what would you say to him?
Was there a prenup? She got big.
She ain't rich, man. She got
Get that bag. Get that bag.
Get the bag. She is a bag.
You know what I'm saying, man? It's like, don't waste the prime years of your life. Don't waste the prime months of a bull market buying dead, almost dead, on the way out projects.
All right, let's talk about the chain of events here. So we had this announcement, which, by the way, a bunch of cucks for turning comments off. So good job. Kadena public announcement. We regret to announce that Kadena organization is no longer able to continue business operations and will be ceasing all business activity and active maintenance. We are tremendously grateful to everybody who has participated in this journey. We regret that because of market conditions, I love how everyone blames market conditions, we are unable to continue to promote and support the adoption of this unique decentralized offering. We have notified our staff we'll be ceasing operations. We're retaining a small team for handling this period of transition. For any questions, email them. It's not owned or operated by the company, they say. The Kadena blockchain is a thoroughly decentralized proof-of-work smart contract blockchain. The network is operated by independent miners, while on-chain smart contracts and protocols are governed independently. As for Kadena token and the protocol, it will also continue in our absence. As noted, there's over 560 million Kadena remain to be distributed as mining rewards. So we got till 2139, guys, while its platform emissions has 83 million coming out of lockup until November 2029. We are ready to engage with the Kadena community to discuss how we can aid the transition to community governance. We are grateful. Then you had some interesting posts. So this is from Cadex, or however you pronounce it. If you're interested in joining our class action against Kadena, please comment below. We'll be reaching out individually to everyone who lost money due to the token decline and Kadena directors' irresponsible behavior. You have this from Hypercent, which I believe is another Kadena project. We can't stop wondering what would have happened if instead of growing the team to 80, they would have scaled the team down to 10 and used those massive funds to cover U.S. salaries for 70 people, if they were to use that instead to keep the token alive during the bear market. Then you have some interesting takes. If Kadena survives this This is the comeback will be legendary. We will be witnessing Bitcoin 2.0, the only layer 1 proof of work that scales with smart contracts and built to handle the world.
That's about as delusional as it comes.
Then Charles said, anyone from Kadena want to reach out? And then people are going in on Charles. Bro, when stablecoins? And Fax Next said, ready out, bro. Reach out to yourself or your chain ecosystem is dead.
Are they looking for devs?
I don't know what they're looking for. Maybe they're looking to bring Kadena on as a side chain. I don't know. Maybe they're looking for some of the
Anyone from the Kadena ecosystem want to...
Maybe you should like to overtake Kadena project and continuous development. I don't know. You are in zero position to rescue another blockchain when your own is running on life support for years. So, yeah, people are mad, like, focus on Cardano. What are you doing? Yada, yada. You also have... this was posted by Professor Soul. I mean, if I went to a project's website and saw this image of the CEOs, I'd immediately short the project. It says Stuart Popejoy and Will Martino. Stuart looks like they belongs in the Stranger Things series. You know, the pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. And then we have...
dude's riding a neon pink BMX bike around the office.
He's got those shoes with the little rollerblades on the bottom. Yeah.
And then Will looks like he dresses in leather. In the
Will looks like he has a dungeon with sex toys in it.
That's my leather reference, but sure, yeah.
50 Shades of Will. And then this one, interesting take here. Well, not interesting, but a good take. Bokiko said, unpopular opinion, Kadena is a perfect example of how great tech alone isn't enough. It had everything, innovation, security, smart contracts. But without real adoption, marketing, or community growth, it couldn't take off. Too many people chase headlines and tech buzzwords instead of fundamentals. In crypto, attention and adoption drive value, not code alone. I think that's a great take. We'll get into the conversation of, well, is this the beginning of the end of a lot of projects? And, well, which ones are next? And specifically the top 200. But before we do that, I want to give a big thank you. Today's show is brought to you by channel partner Stake.us. If you're looking for a social casino to have some fun, play some games, win some free stake cash, and in turn redeem those stake cash for some crypto, look no further than Stake.us. We are going to be hosting a private poker tournament. Well, the winner will get $250 of free stake cash, no entry fee. It's a free roll for the Sin City members. That is going to be happening in the early parts of November. We'll give out more details as they come along, but you'll need definitely a Stake.us account. So if you plan on playing and trying to win it, bragging rights and free 250 stake cash, make sure you create an account. Links in the description of the video. So, Rob, there's plenty of examples of projects that, well, actually there's not. There's a few small examples of projects that don't have foundations or, a company around it that have grown and become successful. Do you think Kadena has a chance to do that?
I would say... Hold on. Repeat the last part.
You know what you're going to say. Just say it. Say Kadena. Some people are saying, hey, Kadena, it's still decentralized. It's still blocks are being mined. Some people are saying, oh, that's actually a good thing that the foundation is out because there's no more team dumping of the tokens. And, well, there's like Bitcoin runs on its own,
Okay.
Okay.
There's 0 point in buying that damn thing. First of all, if you for some reason are looking at that chart like, ooh, just retire.
Retire.
I'm just letting you know, crypto ain't for you, bro.
Supposed to retire.
If you are literally like, I might be able to make just delete the app. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that's kind of the direction of the question.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I still just like, is this an actuality? Okay, but I understand why you asked, because there's people that should literally retire from crypto. But anyways, it brings up a good thought, because I know today's show, at some point, I don't know if you want to do it now or later, but at some point we're going to talk about what other projects are at a potential risk for a similar implosion, right? Or explosion. And you might ask yourself, like, is my project next? Is my community next? I would say more than likely no, first of all. I think that these are very rare because, as mentioned earlier, my introduction was that most projects will simply just give up and then just ride it out to zero. You know, the eventuality of not having any value left. That's what'll happen to 99% of these blockchains. Usually they don't have a PR and, hey, we're closing up shop now. They'll just keep selling all the tokens they have until, like, you know, every dump now is like $40, you know, up from like 40,000 or 400,000. But there's something interesting here that we routinely bring up as to what is a concern when it comes to a blockchain. Kadena was smart contracts. They had good tech. We've gone through this a million times. We don't give a damn how fast your blockchain is, how many transactions per second you can process, how many, you know, smart contracts around the corner. We got to, like, nobody gives a damn. It's important. I'm not saying that it isn't, but it is not at all something that you should like formulate your investment thesis on. Your investment thesis should be on market adoption. Straight up. You need to have liquidity. That is the most important thing. Kadena was listed on Binance, but so is damn near everything else. Outside of that, it was missing a crypto.com. It was missing a Kraken. It was missing Coinbase. It did not have the liquidity for growth. So ask yourself, am I listed on the big exchanges? Because if you're not, you're at an extreme vulnerable position. Because let's just say you're selling PlayStation 5s. And they're at a Walmart, they're at GameStop. Let's say you're creating a new video game system, right? Let's say that Amazon wants to create their own video game system, right? They're like, okay, Microsoft's got one, the Xbox, PlayStation, Sony's got one, okay, cool, and Nintendo's got, like, okay, and then Amazon's like, oh, cool, let's sell it, but I'm gonna sell it at no retail stores. I'm only gonna sell it online. Do you think it would have success? More than likely not. Why? Because you need to have the liquidity. It needs to be available for the customers. It needs to be on the shelves for people for Christmas time. You know, it needs to be available to people to buy in all the different places that people spend their money. And so in the same way, it would be stupid for PlayStation not to sell in Walmart and Target and GameStop and all of the other stores. It would be stupid for them not to have it. And you can make a really compelling argument that if they sold it online only, they would probably go belly up because you need the liquidity. You need to have the market available for people to buy it. And so if you're sitting here thinking, is my project next? Well, the easy answer to that is simple. Am I on Coinbase? Am I on Kraken? Am I on crypto.com? If the answer to those are all no's, then I would say you have a very high likelihood that you're eventually going to go to zero. You don't start there, just like PlayStation or the very first Nintendo didn't roll out in every single store. They had to build their presence. They had to come out. And then little by little, they quickly got listed on all of the retail platforms. In the same way that you would quickly get listed on all the exchanges. But if you've been around for 3 or 4 years and you still haven't been listed, that's a problem. Number two, the second thing that happened here was there was no stable coins on this chain. If you're going to be smart contract 1 million transactions per second, okay, great, awesome, that's amazing. But if you don't have Tether and you don't have Circle, you don't have anything. The smart contracts are pointless. They don't fucking work without stable coins. And your little native stable coin in your community doesn't do shit. So, do you have liquidity? Yes or no? And if you, I hope to God you got a stable coin. Now, if you're missing either one of those, that's not good. Like Cardano, car, forgot to lock that one. Okay, forgot to lock my car. But there's certain ones that don't have stable coins.
Forgot to lock your car.
Yeah, my car's dunno, without the lock on it.
Dunno, yeah.
Yeah, my car's dunno without
You're
the lock.
such a word.
Because we have a bad neighborhood. We homeless people are always trying to open the car doors.
Yeah.
Car's dunno if you don't lock it.
Yeah.
So I hope to God you got stable coins. And then if you don't have the listings, if you're not listed, that's another problem. Like the new movie that came out, Tron. That one isn't in all the theaters,
What the fuck? What are you saying?
Tron doesn't have listings. It lacks all the exchanges. I have no faith in Tron. I don't like Tron because of that reason. It doesn't have the big boy exchanges. And then on top of that, you got other chains that don't have the stable coins. And then there's the doomsday scenario. My God, if you don't have the listings or the stable coins, you should be very concerned. You should be very, very concerned.
Tron
It's got Binance.
and Kraken and OKX.
Yeah, OKX.
OKX is the third largest exchange in the world.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
Yeah, it doesn't have Coinbase or Crypto.com, but those are U.S. based. So
That's what I'm saying.
one can argue.
Biggest financial market, you don't have the. I'm not saying that they're like at the bottom of the barrel on liquidity. I'm just saying that like for the size that they are, you should have listings in the biggest exchanges in the largest financial market. That's all I'm saying. If you're number 30 or 40, that's a different story, right? Okay, cool, I get it. But what project? I mean, everything has a listing on all the major exchanges in the top 10 except for Tron. Does BNB have listings on?
I just got listed on Coinbase.
Anyways,
So my question is, we go through the top 100 or the top 200. The question then becomes, well, like, who's next? Some people look at a project like Polkadot. Is it Toncoin? I see Sui in there. I don't think that's going to happen. But I'm just going down the list. Near Protocol. These are big projects. What else?
nothing in the top 100 is going to blow
Caspa.
up anytime soon.
No. Okay, well, then you look outside the top 100. You got the 101 to 200.
But Kadena was an oddity. Like, most of them don't close up shop. They just disappear, man.
Well, I mean, if you got employees and you can't pay them anymore. Like, sure, you can make the announcement, we're closing up shop, or you can see, all their employees just got fired or left. They're probably done. So you got, like, look at a project like Flow and Dapper Labs.
Most places are going to just simply lay off all their employees, and then the founders are just going to just extract the last bit of value until it's ultimately 100% dead.
Dude, this thing got up to $40, and it's at 26 cents. I made a video like 3 years ago on this, and the thumbnail was, "We love Flow." And someone said, "Yeah, this is that." I was like, "Yep." This one's definitely dead. I took an L on this one. So, I don't know. Is there anyone that kind of sticks out to you where you're like, this one might be next? Whether it's formally announcing that they're shutting down or just literally dying. Could it be GALA? Could it be like Decentraland? We talked about Flow. Any of these kind of spark a thought that it might happen to them? Basic attention token?
I don't think anyone's going to close up, man. I just don't. It's just not in crypto nature. This isn't Wall Street where you file for bankruptcy and then you don't pay your debtors and then your business closes and then you're only on the hook for whatever lawsuits, clawbacks, or whatever it is. Like, the crypto doesn't follow the same blueprint of traditional businesses. And so because all you need is the miners or proof of stake validators to continue the network, the cost is minimal and you can just keep paying miners the stupid ass fees and then that's it. So I genuinely, like, I know you're trying to fish me into to pick out a couple. I don't think it's going to happen. It's been, how many blockchains have exploded in the last 5 years? Had the same thing that happened to Kadena during the bear market. I can't even list you one. FTT token still trading. like there's it just this is an oddity. I'm just saying.
But that's not the question. The question is,
which ones are gonna are you gonna return no more money to you?
Which ones are gonna implode and the team is just not gonna work on it anymore?
Yeah, the ones that are, I gave you the recipe, bro. A lack of liquidity and a lack of stable coins, and then the problem is everything outside the top 200 essentially falls into both those categories. Most of them, 90% of them. Nobody's transacting stable coins in this list here. Not outside the top 200. Maybe Yearn Finance. Raven Coin, just because it's connected to the Cosmos. And so they have liquidity. But I mean, this one has the liquidity. I mean, that's fine. It's just dying narrative. I don't know, dude. I just, I can just tell you that I don't feel comfortable about anything in here that was here from last bull market cycle. And that's why I keep telling you guys, if you are leaving the top 100, especially in a bull market, it's not a good sign, man. I wouldn't touch it. And like our conversation earlier this week was on fetched AI, artificial superintelligence. You're like, oh, it gets to 20 cents, I'm buying. I'm like, why the fuck would you buy that shit? Like, this is on its way out the door. Like you said, if it gets to 20 cents, it's not if. It will 100% get to 20 cents. Like, it will happen. And then you know what will happen after 20 cents? 15 cents. And then you know what happened after 15 cents? 10 cents. So what the fuck is the point of buying this at 20 cents?
I'll buy it at 20 cents.
We're gonna do a fetch show, and when it turns 20 cents, you buy it, and then we'll see what that return looks like.
Okay.
Because this dip, unless you're selling it 2 hours later from 23.9 cents to 24.5, I mean, there's opportunities to make money, but ultimately, it's you better have some impeccable timing, because it's not reversing. That's for damn sure.
All right, we'll see. Time will tell. Let's talk about ETFs. This is interesting. You don't see this very often from Eric Balkunis. Semi-shock. T. Rowe Price just filed for an active crypto ETF. They are a top 5 active manager by assets, which is mostly mutual funds. Did not expect it. There's going to be a land rush for this space too. This is again a active crypto ETF. I didn't see any other details. Speaking of ETFs, there's over 155. Analysts expect over 200 ETFs to get approved in 2025. And Solana leads the way. Number of ETF filings since 2024. Solana leads the way with 23 when we're talking about altcoins. Bitcoin 23, then XRP, Ethereum, Basket, Litecoin, Avalanche, Doge, Dot. Dot has 4 ETF filings. Say, Hedera, Swig, BNB, Cardano's got 3, Near, Chainlink, Trump, Injective, Tron, Bitcoin and ETH combined 1. And then there's a few other ones, Aptos, yada, yada. AAVE's got 1. Ondo's got 1. Interesting. OKB has 1. An exchange token. So ETF season is around the corner, coupled with potentially the crypto market bill that everyone is super excited about. And I think there's thought I had an article where it talked about the Clarity Act. Maybe it was this one. Anyways, so ETFs are coming. And then here's a video posted by Altcoin Daily talking about Mike Novogratz. I think it was actually in this video where he mentioned the I just had a brain fart. Where he mentioned the upcoming Clarity Act. Let's take a listen to Mike Novogratz.
There's a bill in D.C. that needs to get passed, hopefully in the next 6 weeks. If that does, I think that'll give crypto a real jolt to the upside. Crypto had a great start to the year, post the sell-off, put in highs. Bitcoin got to 125, and we've had a real consolidation since then. The big deleveraging that happened a week ago, that's not good for markets, right? It wiped out a lot of market makers, means less liquidity. And you can see yesterday we were down and then up 4% and then right back down. And so there's a little less liquidity in the market. It took a lot of retail leverage out of the system. And so the good news is we're less leveraged. The bad news is when Humpty Dumpty breaks, he doesn't get put together right away. It takes a few weeks and sometimes months even for markets to heal itself and regain narrative and regain momentum. I don't think anything fundamentally has changed in the crypto story. Our government continues to spend way more money than they should. And I think as long as the debasement of fiat currencies goes on, crypto is going to be seen and Bitcoin is going to be seen. But, we're in a rangy, softer range right now. And I don't see what changes that. There's a bill in D.C. that needs to get passed, hopefully in the next 6 weeks. If that does, I think that'll give crypto a real jolt to the upside. That, and as we get closer, every day we wake up is one day closer to the Fed governor transition. And, my base case is still we get a much more dovish, malleable Fed governor than we've had in the past.
In terms, though, of the sort of upside downside that you see as a trader in Bitcoin right now, how do you think about it? We've had, obviously, all sorts of folks from Tom Lee and others who've come on and said by the end of the year we could be at $250,000 for this coin. Obviously, others like Kathy Wood have even more aggressive and optimistic views longer term out. But where are you right this moment?
Yeah, listen, the end of the year is only 2.5 months away. And so there would have to be a heck of a lot of, crazy stuff to really get that kind of momentum. I do think, we should hold 100, 100 or somewhere close to that should be the downside. And on the upside, you don't really accelerate until you take out 125. And so the most likely outlook is we're rangy between, 100 and 120 and 125, unless we take out the top side. We could take out the top side if, the president prematurely makes a move on the Fed, which, they could target that easily.
What are your thoughts on what Mr. Novogratz is saying there? There's a lot he mentioned. He thinks 100K is going to hold. I don't know. I think we're probably going to, maybe it's a wick, maybe it's a close, around 96K if we do go down there.
I don't think that's happening. I do think that we're at a very interesting point right this moment where the markets don't look very promising for Bitcoin upside in the short term, like this week. And why do I say that? The NASDAQ down 1.6% today. This thing took some punches.
1.6?
Yeah. And so a lot of times Bitcoin will follow this, and usually in sidestep. Bitcoin has held pretty well in the last 24 hours. Since the opening of the NASDAQ, so since this morning, you can see Bitcoin here since this morning it's traded sideways. So it hasn't moved against the NASDAQ today. 24 hours ago, though, it was at a 112. So in the last 24 hours, it has seen a significant pullback. My question here is, if you look on the 1 month, you can see that back on November 1st, we were at $117,000, which would mean that, as we get 9 days left in the month, everyone was saying October. Is it going to close downtober, David? Do we fail to cross over 117 by the end of the year, or the end of the month, excuse me?
I think so. Yeah, I do. I think we'll dip into the sub 100s.
I don't think we dip into the sub 100s, but I don't think we're going to close over 117. Actually, I feel relatively confident.
Which would be one of the very few Octobers that Bitcoin doesn't see a positive return.
You know, we talked about it earlier this week, how 2017 and 2013 and 2018, 2019, and anything up until 2020, 2021, I feel like is irrelevant as far as historical data when it comes to price action, because it's a different game now. You're talking about, that's like looking at oil prices in the 1930s and then looking at oil prices and how it moved compared to the 1930s and the 1970s, right? It wasn't a large dependency on oil in the first 20 years of the Industrial Revolution versus the latter part of the 20th century, where we were extremely dependent on it and using it 1,000-fold from where it was in the 1920s and 30s. And so you can say, well, oil moved up 2 times and then down, and like it doesn't even matter anymore. Like, you're looking at such old data, like it's a whole different market. People in 2017 were still mining with computers. Maybe that was 2015, but still, it was still a very early game where it wasn't the established industry that it is now. And so I caution you, the viewer, not to get caught up in this 4-year cycle and this month, 7 years ago, it did this. Like, so much more money from not retail now is driving the markets. So I would caution you to not make giant financial decisions off of what happened in 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, because that doesn't really equate. It doesn't translate now. It's I know I've used this analogy before. It's like looking at the stats of LeBron James in middle school and then equating his shooting average to as a Los Angeles Laker. Like, it's such old data, like it's irrelevant. But he played 40 minutes in his middle school game. Like, don't look at the data. It doesn't match up now. I'd say that. And I think that, like, you should look forward this way, like, hey, everything's different now, man. We're in a different game. We went from minor leagues to Major League Baseball, bro. And we're in the playoffs. Like, it's a whole different game. It's a different roster. There's different pitches. Like, you're not hitting 80 mile an hour fastballs now. We're at 95. Like, you feel me?
Surprised you went sports there, not to girlfriend again.
We could go back there, you know. I used to be able to only pick up an 8, maybe 8.5, but now my boy is elevated. Nothing but dime pieces now, baby. 10 and up, baby.
Okay. On whose scale? Let's take a look at the altcoin markets. Fucking guy.
All right. So Bitcoin did lose 108, which is interesting. We've been under here a few times already in the last day, so it's nothing to be too freaked out about. But it is an indicator that we could lose 108, go down to 106 here. And if that happens, not really good for altcoins. You look at the top 10, everything's kind of down right now. You got ETH down 4%, almost 5% here in the 24 hours. Solana's down 6%. It's a bloodbath out here, brother. Cardano is at 62 cents again, down another 6%.
You think
Avalanche is lost $20.
You think Cardano's a good buy at 62 cents?
I'm fading Cardano this entire bull market.
What?
Someone asked me the other day, one of our friends, he asked me, hey, man, what should I do with my Cardano? I said, sell it for Solana, bro. He said, why? I said, it has a promising future. I'm not telling you not. I'm not saying that it's dead. However, I'm just letting you know that at its current rate, it ain't going to make you a lot of money in the short term because it lacks the stable coins and it lacks some other things. And I just think that there's some other projects that are doing that have more potential upside right now. Let me ask you, what do you think will return you more money on investment currently at its current market position, price, market cap, whatever you want to call it? Cardano or Chainlink? And I'm not talking about 4 years, 10 years. I'm talking about I want to buy it today and then get some nice Christmas presents with my money. 2 months, man.
Probably Cardano.
Think so?
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it. But investments usually run dry around Christmas time because people are out here shopping. I think infrastructure and also institutional investment, which is what Chainlink is driven by, I think has a better position.
So you're fading Cardano, huh?
Yeah, man. Fading Cardano for the next 12 months, man. Until there's a reversal on market adoption. And I don't mean like how many dApps and how many transactions, and you give me some on-chain analytic. I don't give a damn about that. Until I see an app that people are using, and you're like, hey man, Cardano's got this new app. I'm like, oh, for sure. You can send Circle now. There's a Tether transaction on Cardano. Once you give me those, give me something, man. Because if you give me another NFT platform, like we got Jailbirds, we got
Jailbirds?
I don't know. It's a NFT line, perhaps. You know,
Jailbirds.
and then maybe hey, Cardano's got a new meme coin. It's called Pigs and Bacon. What's this dumbass? Nike's the pig. Yeah.
There's a Craju.
Adidas.
Charles has been shilling Craju. You see it? This is Charles's feed. Craju.
That's his feed?
Yeah.
You didn't like click on one of the...
No, this is, I just put in Craju and then this is all
okay,
Charles
okay,
Haas.
okay.
So yeah. Yeah, I'm not ready to fade Cardano.
I'm not telling you to
To what? You literally said.
I told my friend to sell. I'm not telling you to sell. I'm just saying.
So you don't care about them, you care about your friend? It's fucked up.
No, but the thing is like, I know this guy is not in tune with crypto, right? He's not going to make moves. And so you, the viewer, I feel confident that if you feel like things are escalating in a certain direction, you're going to make the proper moves. The gentleman I was talking about does not move crypto ever. He just buys and holds for God knows how long. And if things don't change with Cardano, with the things that I just said, if we're 5 years, let's just pretend we're 12 years from now, and there's still no major dApp, and there's still no Tether.
How many years
there's
from
still no Circle.
How many years from now?
12 years. Is there any chance whatsoever that Cardano is not at zero?
Well, 12 years is a long time, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when? 12 years is a long time. Do you know when he announced it? the Cardano? 2015. And then in, was it 2016, it went live for whatever, you get tokens somehow, or whatever way they sold that damn thing. Then 2017, it kind of came in. So you're already at 10 years. 10 years, still no stablecoin.
Come a long way, 10 years.
It is innovative. It's very tech forward. It's a great project as far as what it, like how it runs. It just doesn't have any. It's missing stuff, missing components. It's like buying a Lambo without a steering wheel. Like, oh no.
What is up with you today? I want to give a shout out to Brandon White. Said, this is my first time on this channel. Hello, everybody. I'm from Tennessee.
Tennessee, welcome.
What's up, Brandon? You know, we stopped over at the airport in Nashville. Remember that pretzel with the beer cheese? Dude, so good.
That's your big takeaway from Nashville?
Well, I didn't go to Nashville like you when you went to Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah.
So my only
we
thing
were in
was
an
the-
airport. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I forgot.
Mine was a stopover. And I was like, if this shit is this good at the airport, I can't imagine going to the city. So I want to visit Nashville. And so welcome, Brandon. Happy to have you part of the community. I want to talk about, real quick, our the Vegas coin. If you're into mining, blockminer.fun is like pump.fun, but minus all the scams and shit. So this is a coin that we launched. We're currently mining it, so it's a fair launch. We couldn't like mint it and give ourselves X amount of allocations. No like airdropping to big KOLs and then they all dump. It's proof of work mining. 14 days you go into a pre-mine, and then all the LP is taken and put dual side LP put on the secondary market. And so if you want the coin now, you got to mine it. If you don't, you got to wait. And so big shout out to Blockminer. There's a link in the description. And here, let me just throw this in there because I don't know if that's the direct link, but this is the direct link. Obviously, there's nothing guaranteed with this. I don't know. We don't plan on like selling it. There is creator rewards, which I think is great. It allows creators to make money without having to sell the coins on their communities. And also, we're going to be putting an app to this thing soon. And so, yeah, shout out to Blockminer. Also, talking about some altcoins, Say reached over $10 billion in DEX volume over the last 12 months. The acceleration reflects a maturing DeFi ecosystem and battle-tested infrastructure, reaching a clear inflection point. Institutional activity and capital market formation are scaling rapidly. So Say's an interesting one. You look at market cap. Where's Say at in terms of market cap? Number 63 with 1.1 billion in market cap, right? It's got big listings: Coinbase, Binance, Kraken, KuCoin, OKX, Crypto.com. So it's got all the big boys. The founder, one of the founders, or I believe both of the founders, were ex-Robinhood. They used to work. Jay Jog was, I think he was a software dev or one of the lead devs over at Robinhood, came over. Say is kind of looking to be like the perfect balance of centralized exchange, decentralized exchange, right? Take all the positive from centralized exchange, all the positives from decentralized exchanges and mash them together, and you have Say. So interesting numbers say that the project is trending up. Speaking of alts, AAVE, their DAO is proposing $50 million worth of annual buybacks for the AAVE token. I thought I had some highlighted here. I guess I don't. The DAO said the program creates consistent buy pressure for AAVE tokens using protocol revenue. And we know their protocol revenue is massive. The program takes an adaptive execution strategy based on market conditions with a weekly range of $250,000 to $1.75 million in AAVE purchase buyback. And I think is it a burn or just a buyback program? I think it's just a buyback program. And when you look at AAVE fundamentally, right, when you look at their tokenomics, it does have a, I thought it had a max supply. It doesn't have a max supply. Let's check one more thing here real quick. Yeah, so it does have a max supply. 16 million max supply with 100% of it circulating. So whatever they buy back, didn't say anything about them burning, But whatever they buy back, that removes it directly, obviously, from the circulating supply. And well, the entirety of the max supply is already circulating. So tokenomics are really good. Plus, I mentioned earlier on the trading show this morning that AAVE is the leading DApp in all of DeFi when it comes to TVL. Number one across every single chain in all of DeFi. And the second one behind it is Lido Finance, right? The largest liquid staking platform for Ethereum. So interesting here. And when you look at AAVE, in my opinion, it's very undervalued. $3.5 billion fully diluted market cap. For the leading DeFi project, Rob, and you got the leading DeFi chain, which is ETH, there's a large discrepancy in value, right? ETH is sitting at 460 billion market cap and AAVE is at 3.5. A little bit of a, discrepancy there. Thoughts on AAVE, thoughts on Say?
I think AAVE I'm a little bit more bullish on. We haven't seen the explosion of ETH just yet, right? We've seen ETH get up to 4,000. It's like its kryptonite is 4,000. Just look on here on the 1 year.
5.
It rejected a couple times. It got above 4,000. Essentially, how long was this?
What are you looking at?
How long ETH was over 4,000?
On the what? 1 month?
No, I'm just saying that in general.
Well, what time frame are you on?
I'm not on a time frame. This is just on the 1 year chart.
The 1 year, okay.
Yeah. So from August to essentially, so 2 months, man. 2 months of the year was over $4,000 in a bull market. It's having difficulties having growth as far as the market price.
You can say that about a vast majority of altcoins, like a absurd amount.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a shared experience. Your prominent ecosystem plays are going to suffer if you don't have growth in the base layer, right? If Solana doesn't grow, its ecosystem isn't going to grow. And so that's just where we're at. Now, I know there's a lot of other chains that share a similar experience. However, you do look at the Solana on the 1 year, it's like, say, $200. It has been over $200 for a lot more length of time versus ETH. And so I don't know. I'm not sold on any layer 2s at the moment, or excuse me, ecosystem plays like AAVE. I'm not sold on it until I see a reversal on users and also just transactions and DeFi and retail and real use situations. It'll get there. It'll come. It's just not there just yet. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Fair enough.
And when it comes, then at that point, yeah, I'll hop on for sure.
I wanted to talk about. I'm talking about this. This is from Crypto in America. This is founded by none other than Eleanor Tourette. Crypto leaders descend on Capitol Hill for market structure talks. There's a lot of people pointing to this bill and saying this is going to be the spark that crypto needs, right? Executives from some of crypto's biggest firms, along with President Trump's crypto and AI czar, David Sachs, will descend on Capitol Hill this morning to meet with Senate Republicans and Democrats grappling with market structure legislation. In the room with members will be around 10 industry C-suite executives, including Brian Armstrong, Mike Novogratz, Kraken CEO, Sergey Nazarov, Uniswap CEO, Circle's Chief Strategy Officer, Ripple's Chief Legal Officer, Jido, A16Z Crypto, Solana Policy Institute President, and Paradigm. So I see Chainlink, I see Uniswap, I see Ripple, and I see Solana. Interesting. Obviously, you have Coinbase as well. Do you, and then here we go. The goal of the roundtable is to mend fences and restart dialogue among members who angered much of the industry 2 weeks ago with a leaked proposal from Democratic staffers to their Republican counterparts on regulating decentralized finance revealed just how far apart the two sides remain on what is arguably the trickiest part of an already intricate bill. Do you think that, do you agree with people like Charles Hoskinson, like Mike Novogratz that say, this will be the jolt for the crypto markets, for altcoins, this Clarity Act, this market structure bill for crypto? Right, the thesis is...
okay, so break it down to me. Do you understand what's in the Clarity bill?
I mean, I haven't read the whole thing.
No, I'm just saying, do you... I mean, we can chat GPT it if we need to.
I'm just like... There was contention with regulating
what does it do
DeFi.
for the markets? Like what does it
provides
unlock?
Clarity. It gives people a...
I know it's a Clarity Act, but so
well, the people that are still on the sidelines, the institutions,
but
the banks.
does it make it easier for someone to buy? Is it mandating somebody to do
It makes
something?
the rules of the road clear.
So what happens if it passes? From a and if you don't know off the top of your head, then I'm not trying to like, it's not an aha, I got you moment. I'm genuinely curious. I don't know what the fuck it does. I know it's beneficial. I know it's supposed to like clear out the way for institutions or something, but like, does it make it 100%? Or is there zero roadblocks for banks and institutions to have stable coins? Can we have leverage trading without KYC? Like, is there like what does it entail? Because if you want me to say like what is it going to do for the market, I honestly don't know. And at this exact moment, I'll do some research on it. I can come back tomorrow if you want, but I genuinely just don't know the details of what it does.
Yeah. I don't know all the details. I know there's a lot of back and forth. It's not a bill that's finished and is getting ready to be voted on, right?
But if there was a bullet point on what is it going to accomplish?
It's going to set the rules and regulations of crypto.
Isn't the rules and regulation already set by the SEC?
Not really. That's the thing. And what we talked about...
If we had... Like, here's the thing. Like, if you took the big, beautiful bill, right? The one that was passed, whatever. If you said, hey, what is this going to do? There's like a bullet point. Like, hey, this is going to put this amount of money into this sector. It's going to cut the spending in this area. It's going to increase the taxes for this area. We're going to offer... bonds for this. And so my question is, like, what the fuck does the Clarity Act do? And if you don't, off the top of your head, no, I don't either. To answer your question, I can't because I don't know what it's going to do. And so I remember I researched it a while ago when it was first proposed.
It's always changing.
When it was first proposed, I remember reading about it. I was pretty well versed. I just haven't looked at it in a while, so I'm going Chat GPT here.
You like Chat GPT or Grok better?
I kind of go between the two, honestly.
If I have time to wait around for a long response, Grok is good.
Okay, so it clarifies the classification for clear classification. So digital commodities, digital assets. So basically, it'll divvy up the jurisdiction between the CFTC and the SEC. Provides an exemption pathway for issuers of digital commodities. I don't know what exemptions. Securities laws exemptions. Enables platforms, digital commodities to register under clearer rules. So exchanges have digital commodities to register. So the exchanges can register under the CFTC or I don't think it's that big of a I'm not seeing anything that's gonna shake and rock the markets here.
Yeah, I mean,
so like I'm trying to answer your question. So like when the bill passes, what does it mean for crypto? Is it going to be the jolt that sends us into the parabolic green candle bull market? No. Okay, this one commodity, this one security, this one commodity, this one security. You exchange. You're trying to register with us. Okay, register here at this department. I'm not sold on this being some giant gasoline can that you throw in the fire, bro. Like, enables platforms to register clearer rules, protects users' right to self-custody. We know that nobody's using self-custody, or at least not in the masses. Only the crypto degens are doing that.
The degenerates. Speaking of degeneracy, I was just looking back. You know, I always like to go back to things I highlight. This was on, to our Patreon members, on August 27th. Wire. Okay, the Wire token. Now, a lot has gone sideways, price action-wise, for a lot of people's favorite alts. We've made some money through the chop and through fucking Avalanche getting up to $28 and then coming right back down to Chainlink, not really performing like everyone thought, to ETH. Yeah. So this one was on August 27th. Wire is a microcap alt. I'm looking to accumulate on 25% dips. And that was when the price was around 0.0075. In terms of market cap value, it was, where is August 27th? Like right here. It was around 7.5 million. It's currently sitting at about 13.5, 14.10. And I did accumulate on all the dips. I accumulated here at around 4.4 million. I got some at like 3 million. I got some here on the last dip before we had that breakout. But this thing is sitting at a solid 2x. And if you bought down here, it's sitting at a solid 5x. And so there's still opportunities in this market to make money. You just got to put in the research and the time, and that's kind of what we do. So shout out to all the Patreon members. I don't spam post in Patreon. I don't post like 3-4 times a week. Sometimes I don't post in 2 weeks. Sometimes I post once a week. But when I do post, it's valuable information. And so those of you that are still part of our Patreon, thank you for your support. And also from yesterday, speaking of support, we had quite a few super chats. Excuse me. And we promised that today we would come back and we would open up the club. So for those of you yesterday that participated in the opening of the club, the time has come. Gina,
Been a while.
open up the club.
Well, this is what happens when you super chat way too much money at us. We throw it on lavish parties that cost us nothing. And we do this thing.
And then you get the dad dance.
Yeah, we got my cousin Andre back there.
Oh, that's not the homeless guy from the country?
You don't know my cousin Andre.
Andre, my boy. Love you, Andre. I didn't mean what I said. I'm sorry. I'll give you a hug. All right, we love you guys. Thank you so much for all your support. We appreciate you. If you're not subbed to the channel, make sure to do so. I did the live show, trading show earlier. Usually I do it after the morning show. I did it pre-morning show. I have some doctor's appointments I need to get to. Well, I didn't want to not give you guys a trading show. So you got it early this morning. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's pretty good. I spent 3 hours yesterday just scalping Chain Opera AI for like $1,300. That was pretty cool. So if you're part of our Patreon, or not Patreon, if you're part of our Discord, you would have gotten those calls as well. With that being said, we are done for the day. We might have a special guest in studio joining us tomorrow, so make sure to come back, sub to the channel. And Gino, roll the outro. Thank you all very much. We appreciate you, and we will see you right here. Same place, same time. Till then, peace.
Cash is cool, yeah. Sin City, crypto. Everybody know what we here for. Entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in. For big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I spit the game, but they gave it. Name the coin, it's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy the dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing them like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin, and sinners gon' play to win. Screaming hola till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO control ya. It's over when the finger tornado